I live in a part of Macon County that Roger West is not my state representative. The person that doesn't represent me in Raleigh is Phil Hare. We have a lady here today that is running against Phil Hare. She is a very great speaker. Gets me excited just when she actually talks. Dodie Allen, would you please come up? Dodie lives in Jackson County. Yeah, they can hear you better than
I think you all can probably hear what I have to say. I've got one of those auctioneer voices that just goes all throughout these mountains. I am. Pardon?
Stand up.
The picture that came out in the Macon County News, we had 6 photographs from our Jackson County convention come out in the Macon County News, and I didn't know who I knew over here at Macon County to get all that coverage, but we had a great layout. I hope all of y'all read it. You couldn't help but tell who I was. Somebody said I was the most recognizable because I was the shortest one in the crowd. And the only one with white hair. Anyway, it pleasures me greatly to see all of y'all here. It's just that absolutely it does my heart good, and I jump for joy every time I see this many people get together. I wish more of you would come to my auction so I could probably really jump for joy. I thought Mike was going to ask me to auction off a few things today. I normally do this when I go to a convention of sorts, but anyway, I guess I'm not going to get to do that. That's the thing I do the best and do the most of. But I see a lot of my old friends. Agnes, it's nice to see you. Mr. D. Hart, it's great to see you, and all these people, Barbara Hazazer, and all these folks that I haven't seen in a long time. And I just want to say a couple words, and I do appreciate this opportunity, Mike. I did not expect to speak. But I am evidence of the American dream. I am now the same age as John McCain. And I figured if he could run for president, and I've been wanting to do this for years, to run against Phil Hare. I have known Phil Hare for probably 10 or 12 years. So about 8 years ago, I called Kathy when she was the district chairman, and I wanted to run against Phil Hare. But I'm so glad I waited until this year, because I understand he's more vulnerable this year than he ever has been before, and I hope that you get to see me in Raleigh, and I'm here to tell you that I care about you and not the special interest that many times guides our political decisions. I'm an old communications person, over 28 years with the Bell system, and I can tell you that I believe sincerely that when you succeed at something, you can lay it at the doorstep of communications. When you fail at something, guess where you can lay it? Right back at the doorstep of communications. I am a real political junkie and have been since 1957. You talk about the Kilo decision being imported just past in the last couple of years. I had the pleasure to meet Andrew Napolitano in Chicago, Illinois, a couple of years ago, and he spoke about the Kilo decision. Well, I can tell you about the Blostik decision in 1957 in the state of Connecticut, when 2 people getting close to 90 years old had their property confiscated for the betterment of a small town on the Connecticut River. And these people lived in a house that was probably 250 years old. And of course, y'all all know that we don't have many houses in the South because we were burned out in 64, was it, or 63. So we don't have many houses that were that old down here. But up there, that was kind of the norm, 200, 250. So I've been on this power of eminent domain kick for many years. I say, I don't know why we're getting so excited in 2006. I was excited in 1957. Because it pitted families against families. And I say, and I believe this with all my heart, if you violate one person's property rights, it is wrong. tell you that these Democrats, and I was one for many years, I am a Republican by choice. I am a Western North Carolinian by choice. But they ain't seen nothing yet till the Republicans get to Raleigh, and when we take back the House and the Congress, then they're going to see some change. Because everybody I see speaking, they're interested in individualism. They're interested in communication. They're interested in property rights. They're interested in following the Constitution. They are interested in abiding by Amendment number 10 of the Constitution that will reform and give back to the states their sovereignty. We need to wean ourselves from the federal government. We need to... Politics is not only local, it is very personal. If I could talk to every one of you individually, personally, I know you would all have something different to say. I was a young American for freedom. Now I'm an old lady for freedom. That's what we fight for. That's what we're all about. We need to get back on the glide path to freedom. You hear it said all the time. I don't know what they do with airplane pilots today. They put everything on automatic pilot. But back years ago, didn't they have to constantly correct their instruments? You know what I mean? We need to be constantly correcting our instruments by which we live to stay on the glide path of freedom and to secure the freedom that we deserve, that we've had. Folks, I'm going to need all the help I can get, and unfortunately I'm going to need all the money I can get. I was interviewed by the state employees the other night, and I had to laugh when I got through, and I was sitting amongst 5 people, and I gave my little summations, and I said to one of them, and I knew a couple of the gentlemen, I do a lot of charity auctions to help them raise money, but when I was getting ready to go out the door, I got to thinking, I was talking to state employees. Well, so am I a state employee. They've been taking my money for years, consequently. But I failed to impart that to them, but I had a wonderful conversation with the state employees and so on and so forth, and I'm really looking forward to having more conversations. I will be looking forward to having conversations with you. I need your support financially, I need your support spiritually, I need your support physically, anyway, folks, and I will be glad to have you call me. I'm not a computer person. You got to call me on the telephone, and you got to talk to me, because I like to hear your voice. Consequently, I do appreciate again your listening to me, and I hope that I get the opportunity of getting the job that I'm applying to each of you for today. If you happen to be in the one precinct that I think belongs to the 119. Is there only one precinct, Bob? Oh, is there more?
Oh, it's 2 or 3.
Oh, well, good. So one is Cowie, Iola, Mills Joel. I asked somebody that today.
Part of North Franklin.
And part of North Franklin. Okay, well, there's a lot of y'all in here. Please stay in touch with me. I will be in touch with you as much as I possibly can. This is my old stomping grounds over here, and I thank you very much, and we got a good chance to win.